The only thing scarier than a Philippe Clement toenail analogy is the man himself continuing to manage Rangers Football Club. Welcome back to Fog Football. It is the SPFL review show where, here, it's going to be heavily dominated by that Aberdeen Rangers game. But, I tell you what, the shock of the weekend is right in front of you. Dunfermline 3, Livingston 0. I never even clocked on to that. Holy moly, what a game that is. I mean, you don't want to talk about shocks of the weekend across the week. The midweek, 9 games. Dunfermline 3, Livy 0. Davy Martindale linked to the Rangers job. I think it's safe to say that's out the windy. Would you agree with that?
Ah yes, I think Davy Martindale's hanging on by a toenail.
He's hanging on by a toenail. Davy Martindale definitely did not used to sell toenails. It was something a wee bit stronger than toenails. Anyway, Chris Kane, Kyle, and Chris Kane again made it 3-0. Dunfermline, that's a pretty big win. And now, what I like about this now is the championship. Everyone's now played 11 games. On to Greenock Morton. They get defeated 1-0 by the Spiders. And, all over for them, caught in that web. And then Rafe, Scott Brown, not the Scott Brown, but a Scott Brown, made it 1-0 against Airdrie. And this is how your championship table looks, folks. Airdrie sit adrift at the bottom. Dunfermline, with that victory, they move 4 points clear of Airdrie. Greenock Morton sit on 10. Rafe sit on 11. Hamilton sit on 12. Partick sit on 16. Queen's Park sit on 18. Ayr on 21. Livingston on 22. Which obviously, in turn, puts Falkirk 4 points clear at the top of the league table. And I tell you what, it's getting spicy, isn't it, my friend?
Aye, it's getting spicy. 11 games in, everybody's played each other. Although they'd already done that in 9, to be fair, so don't know why 11's a big deal, but aye.
Aye! Premiership time. This is where it got the spiciest, though. This is where the Pecora went through the roof. Philippe Clement, his post-match comments.
I don't know, it's been a while since I had spicy Pecora.
It has been.
Or any sort of Pecora.
Pecora. Anyway, how about Philippe Clement Pecora? Would you like some of that?
Give you food poisoning, I think.
I think it would give you food poisoning. But Aberdeen, of course, 2 goals to the 1 of Rangers. Philippe Clement hanging on to the fact that Rangers were the better team. Rangers deserved to win. Rangers were in the final third more than Aberdeen. Then turns around and says...
Which is actually a lie.
He turned around and said in the very same interview, we would have been very lucky. If we were very lucky, we could have won. How can you turn around and say that, we were dominant and we should have won, then in like the next sentence turn around and say, here, if we won, it would have been very lucky. If we were very lucky, we could have won. Come on, man. And people can whip out broken English, and English isn't his first language. You know what his first language is? You know what it is? Talking shite. That's his first language, because that's all he does.
Look, the language barrier wasn't an issue when he first came into the club and he was doing well. It's just started to unravel.
Yep. Ever since
that 3-3 game and the whole moral victory thing, it's just went backwards for him.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been one disaster after another.
It's a treadmill in reverse for Big Phil, but...
When he first came in, you thought he was a smart, competent guy that just got results and didn't make excuses, but... I mean, ever since it started to go bad for him, it's just been excuse after excuse after excuse. He'll whip out being the better team, he'll whip out XG, same amount of shots and all this stuff. That doesn't fly. I mean, he can say what he wants in this game, but Aberdeen were the better side, Rangers were shite. It's as simple as that. And nobody that watched this game believes that Rangers were the better team. Nobody believes Rangers deserved anything.
2-1 flatters Rangers. Aberdeen hit the post, missed a penalty, other chances galore in there, blocks feel like Tav and Suter, things like that. Rangers could have scored. The offside goal McCausland scored, but I mean, realistically, when it comes to clear-cut chances, Aberdeen smoked them in that first half. Second half, alright, not so much, but it's not like Rangers peppered Aberdeen in the second half. Aberdeen totally worth their 3 points to move themselves 9 points clear of Rangers, and as of we're recording this, Philippe Clement ain't away, and it appears that Rangers aren't going to get rid of him. What's that going to take? I don't know. The next 2 games in the league, home to Hearts, home to Dundee United. I mean, is it going to take drop points in those games? Is it going to take going out the League Cup against Motherwell? I don't think the games against Olympiacos and Nice are going to really have any effect on this guy's spell at Rangers. What do you think it's going to take? Do you think it's going to take like 4 games in a row?
If he was going to be Not getting results?
Aye.
Absolutely not. No, it's close. It's very close. If it was going to happen, though, it would have happened on Wednesday night because you got the big cup semi-final. They would have had to get somebody in for that, and it leaves you no time. Didn't happen Wednesday night. It didn't happen Thursday morning. Therefore, Clement is safe. He's going to get one more chance, I think, to turn it around. Surely defeat against Motherwell would get him sacked. Getting knocked out the cup by Motherwell and being 9 points behind, that would be enough to get him out of there. I think if he loses his next two, or I think if he even drops points in one of his next 2 league games, he's also gone. The European results aren't as important, I don't believe, but he needs to...
No one's getting sacked off the back of a European performance.
He needs to win his next 3. Well, he doesn't even need to beat Motherwell, he just needs to qualify. He just needs to get into the final.
No, you're right. But if Rangers draw 0-0, right, or 1-1,
look, if Rangers
scrape a penalty shoot on
he's not getting sacked for that.
No, he's not getting sacked for that.
So therefore, all he needs to do is get past Motherwell. And
but who's that winning over?
Oh, nobody. But
that is the ultimate papery over the Crackheels.
Well, I don't think. Well, hold on here. Philippe Clement could come out and beat Motherwell 6-0. I don't think he's going to win anybody over.
No, he's not.
So for him, it's all about staying in the job, and getting into the final would keep him in the job, and getting 6 points against Hearts and Dundee United would keep him in the job. So if he can get to the final and pick up 6 points in his next 2 league games, then that buys him a bit of time. But what he really needs is he needs to close the gap, because I think he's one bad result away from being sacked as long as the gap's at 9 points.
Yeah, I mean there's periods coming
now
up.
If he can get the gap down to like 6 points, 5 points, and then he's got another bad result, he might be all right. But he needs Celtic to have a bad result before he has a bad result. I believe that he will be gone if Rangers drop points in the league before Celtic drop points in the league. That's what it all comes down to.
But what happens though, right, if Celtic drop points but Aberdeen win and then Rangers drop points? What happens then? What if Aberdeen go 12 clear of Rangers but Celtic sit 9? Are the board going to be like, oh, well, it's just Aberdeen? At what point do we draw the line and go, he's fucking 12 points behind Aberdeen? He's 9 points behind Aberdeen? People are forgetting about Aberdeen.
If Aberdeen were a factor, I think he'd already be sacked. Because being 9 points behind Aberdeen is unforgivable. What difference is 12?
What difference is 12?
Well, no, really.
3 more. So you think he's going to get sacked based off what he is behind Celtic, not Aberdeen?
Aye.
Even though Aberdeen...
Look, unless it's crazy and Aberdeen go like 15, 16 ahead.
I don't think that's crazy.
But Celtic's the measuring stick right now, aren't they?
Yep, Celtic are the measuring stick. Rangers are just shite. So we'll move on. Celtic won 2-0. Alistair Johnstone with the goal. Whipped in. I mean, he's got more goals than Tav. As for Arnie Engels, it was a penalty. I think Kyogo's completely went off the boil. Yeah, he still walks Rangers around like a dog, right, when he plays them. But see, for the most part, I think Kyogo has been off the boil ever since Rodgers came in. He's not the same player that he was under Ange.
No, he's not.
He missed a bunch of chances in this game. He did win the penalty. It's really poor defending from, I believe, Juan Portelis. Do not understand this. I'll be fair to Dundee. I think there might have been a foul in the build-up, but here, you need strong referees in Glasgow, and
you don't have them.
We didn't see it. Ross Hardy wasn't strong enough, but
they don't exist.
Yeah, I mean Tony Docherty was greeting, "Oh, my team deserved a clean sheet." Well, you got beat 2-0, mate. So how about that?
Here, respect to Dundee. They kept Celtic out for an hour.
Yeah,
that's better than what most teams do. So
yep. An hour.
They done something right.
60-minute makeover.
Not many people go to Celtic Park and go an hour without conceding. So, I mean, they done something right. But at the end of the day, football's a 90-minute game. It's not an hour game.
As we know, Celtic.
So
though,
Tony Docherty, I disagree. I don't think his team did deserve a clean sheet.
I think he's talking shite. Right, up next we've got Dundee United 1, Motherwell 2. I mean, the first goal, it's a pretty poor shot. It goes through about 20 bodies and it just trickles
this
in.
was checked for VAR and I have no idea why. I thought it was a perfectly good goal from Tawanda Manashishi.
Yeah. Why it was checked, I believe it was just because there was that many bodies. They might have just checked, like, here, Was one of them obstructing the goalie's vision?
Well,
Who knows?
They did. What's the fucking matter? Nobody was offside.
Yeah, but if they were, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they were just checking in case somebody was. I don't know. I don't know. VAR.
It doesn't matter a shit if they were affecting the goalkeeper's vision. No one was in offside position.
Yeah, but they still have to check it.
How?
Because that's what VAR does. So what else was it looking at? A foul?
I mean, I think it was looking at potentially a foul on one of the Dundee United defenders, but there was no foul. They certainly weren't looking for offside. They were just looking for a reason not to give it. Lloyd Wilson must have a season ticket at Tannadice.
Potentially.
Perfectly good goal.
Big Sam though, not Sam.
And it took a while. I mean, like this should have been. I get it. VAR checks everything, but this should have been like a 0.2. This should be like an F1 pit stop. Oh, there you go. Perfectly good goal. Give it. Let's move on. But nah, man, they kept looking at the replays, looking for a reason not to give this. There was no reason. Anyway, Sam Dalby got an equaliser. And I think he's got, is that 4 goals for him so far this season?
I think so, yes. So 4 goals for him. I mean, Dundee United get back into a lot of empty seats at Tannadice. I wasn't impressed by it.
It's a midweek game at the end of the day.
Midweek game, no excuses, man. It's at night. Midweek game.
Did you travel to Pittodrie?
No, mate. That wasn't a home game. But, talking... I mean, Motherwell did make it 2-1 in the end, right? But you know what's coming next. Your team... did you travel? Did you travel to this home game then?
I'm glad I didn't, no. I'm glad I didn't.
Alan Forrest made it 1-0. Is what it is.
Good goal, to be fair.
You could have made it 18,403.
I could have, but I actually work for a living, guys. So
You do a 9 to 5. There was enough time to get to this game.
Let me just fucking jump on the boat that takes 3 hours to get to Scotland, which would not leave me enough time to get anywhere near Tynecastle.
You could get a plane, mate. So what about the Fog Enterprises plane? The
private jet.
On that runway out there.
I mean, I could have jumped in the private jet, but you know what? It's been a while since we had some super chats to fuel it up, so
That's how they run.
Aye, so they're on.
I thought it was a like button.
Nah. It's the way somebody gets on a certain rabble, you'd think it's a fucking like button.
Like button's the altitude, the fuel's the super chats.
But we're running low on fuel, so
and the troll hate death threats or bombs.
What?
I don't know. Right, anyway, Matthew Kennedy. I'll tell you what, Matthew Kennedy, Cal Facel, Jambo Tears.
2 goals in 5 minutes. Neither goal particularly defended very well there. Frankie Kent making an arse of the first goal. Kennedy puts it in. I mean, I don't even think it's a good shot. I think he just kind of scuffs it, to be fair. And then Cal Facel just backs into, I believe it's Kai Rolls, and he just turns around and he's on the edge of the 6-yard box and literally just turns around and taps it in. Really poor defending here for Hearts. I actually do not know what happened, man, but yep, Kennedy and Facel give Kilmarnock a 2-1 lead. Kilmarnock see it out. 18,000 plus here at Tynecastle Park. Not happy with the result at the end. Back to the bottom of the table. Where did it all go wrong? I'll tell you, getting rid of Robbie Nielsen.
Nero didn't want you to go through Critchley, but what I'll say about Critchley is I feel like he's back at square one. I think if they draw this game, there's no real issue. Killie are a good team. You're still undefeated. You've lost, though.
You've lost at home when you were 1-0 up. You shouldn't... To me, when Hearts are at home and they're 1-0 up and they're not against Celtic or Rangers...
Probably just Celtic, mate.
Well, nowadays it's just Celtic. You shouldn't be losing.
No. And he has... Shankland is completely went off the boil.
I wouldn't even play Shankland from now on. I don't give a fuck if he's a captain. I mean, Tab's a captain and he's shite.
Just give it to Craig Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be dropping shit. But that's the problem. Should have just got rid of Shankland in the summer and got the money.
The correct timeline was Rangers signing Shankland last January.
Aye, because you would have got more money for him. And Hearts already had Ford wrapped up, so...
And Rangers probably could have won the league with Shankland. Yeah!
So it would have worked for everybody, I guess, but... Nah, to me, you have to accept here that we're getting nothing for Shankland. He's not going to sign a new contract. He's going to leave on a free or a pre-contract, so... I'm not saying...
Where does Shankland go, though? Honestly, I don't think Rangers are going to take a punt on him.
If you can get him for free, you'd be daft not to.
No, you would be, but you can just imagine a world next season, Philippe Clement's third season, and we've got big fat Shankland up front, who's fucking done.
Still a better player than Dessers. Anyway, Shankland, to me, is shite. Waste of a shirt. Can't believe I'm saying that. But he just doesn't seem like he wants to be there. He really...
I don't think it's that. I don't. I think he tries.
I don't know. He's not.
I think you can see a difference between Shankland and some of the absolute wasters up at Pittodrie yesterday.
Well, Shankland doesn't impress me. The Hearts team doesn't impress me. We need a striker, man. We need somebody to replace Shankland, and we don't have it. We just don't.
See on Super Scoreboard, right? We'll move on. They hyped up this Ross County Hibs game as like, oh, that's a point both managers will be happy with. I think it's a much better point for Ross County than Hibs. Ross County already looking decent in the league table. Hibs, if you're going to get a win, should it not be against one of the teams that you'll be battling for relegation?
Well, let's just talk a wee bit more about Hearts here. So Hearts back to the bottom of the table. Neil Critchley came in, Hearts were bottom, and now 4 games later we're still bottom. Pressure's on him. The pressure is on him because, yeah, first 2 games he won, and I think he bought himself a bit of time. But at the end of the day, since then he's through against Hibernian in an Edinburgh derby that I think majority of Hearts fans were expecting to win comfortably. I was expecting Hearts to win that comfortably. And now he's lost at home against Kelly. So, Neil Critchley is good as, the first 2 games well. The 2 that's followed it weren't good. And I think he's back at square one.
He's not going to get sacked next week, but we've seen with Hibs and Sean Maloney, you can get a point at mid-season and get sacked pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, just for me, he's undone the good work his first 2 games.
The problem for me is with the Critchley appointment is I
didn't want him.
But no, the problem for me is like the 3.5 year deal or whatever it is, or 2.5 year, 3 year deal. Why? The guy has done nothing managerial wise, right? Given to the end of the season, if he earns it, fair enough. What is this obsession with clubs? 3 years here. Make managers earn it.
It's fucking mad that managers will come in, they'll dish out these 3-year contracts, but when some clubs have like these really young, promising players, they're not willing to offer them a bumper contract to keep them at the club.
Yeah.
Like a Lennon Miller, for example. Why are Motherwell not offering him a 3-year contract extension? Keep him at Motherwell. It doesn't. These clubs don't seem to do that. Seem to have a really good player. They seem to just accept, he's not going to sign a new deal. We'll just let him go, or we'll try and sell him before his deal runs out. But when they're taking a chance on a shite manager, or a manager that could be shite, they just hand out these 3-year deals. I don't understand it, man. But whatever. Hearts 1, Kilmarnock 2, shite night in Edinburgh, but shite night, fright night. I mean, same crap.
Yeah, speaking of the other club for Edinburgh, 0-0, not much to say. I mean, who's a benefit more this draw? I think it's Ross County. I mean, is that how bad it is for Hibs that they're going to pretend that a draw against Ross County? Yeah, it moves them off bottom. What they do?
That's a relegation battle right here.
It is. I think Hibs are down. Davy Gray, they keep him.
No, what can you say?
You wouldn't fancy Hibs in a playoff against Livy, would you?
No.
Or against, whoever is there. Then our final game, it was, of course, St Mirren 3, St Johnstone 1. St Johnstone opened the scoring. I mean, don't even know why this really got checked for VAR, but it did. But then, 3 goals to St Mirren. They needed this. Kevin Van Veen arrested on domestic abuse charges. Another player going to court over 2 offences of drink driving.
I think he should be arrested based on his performances since leaving Motherwell, because he's been fucking shite. Honestly, his performances have been worthy of a jail cell. Great at Motherwell, no doubt about it. Last season, his stint at Kilmarnock was nothing short of crap. And so far at St Mirren, he has been shite. So, yeah, Kevin Van Veen, fantastic run at Motherwell, but I mean, was he a one-hit wonder?
Potentially.
Because we've seen him now have 2 stints. And yeah, they're short. But still, he's been so unimpressive.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that from... I remember when he signed for Kilmarnock last season, I thought, oh, what a signing for Kelly. That could take Kelly to the next step. That could take Kelly to the next level.
The only thing else, I'm not going to defend the guy. I'll defend the guy in a sense, but nothing to do with domestic abuse charges. But it's like, I don't think it's St Mirren or Kelly he really ever started a game. Like, when did he start a game for Kelly? When does he start for St Mirren? But again, with the record he had at Motherwell, you would expect the guy coming on to do something. Anyway, that's out the window.
Yeah, but also, that's partly due to his performances. The reason he doesn't start games is because he's been shite.
Yeah.
If he was coming on and if he was getting his substitute appearances and scoring goals and playing well, then he would be working his way into the starting 11.
When was the
the reason he's not getting starts is because he's been pissed.
I mean, we've had St Mirren have had 3 players within like a month get arrested and go to court. What is going on in Paisley?
Must be something in the water supply, I don't know, man.
Anyway, check out this water supply. There's your league table. Hearts are at the bottom. They are getting the dirtiest of the drink. Scroll up. We'll keep them there. 11th played, so they're 4 points behind the next team that's played 11 games. Thoughts on that? It's not good, isn't it? Not.
No.
They can they turn it around this weekend? Obviously, cup action. But I mean, the 4 teams left in the cup are the top 4 in the league. When's the last time that happened?
Well, you'd think that should be happening pretty often, should it not?
Probably, but yeah, I mean, Hearts sit there. Hibs since 11th, Dundee 10th. Tell you what, are Dundee relegation fodder?
Potential. I think it'll be a bad season for Dundee, but I don't see them going down.
I think 8th to 11th your relegation battle. Hearts will get right. Critchley, I know Critchley. St Mirren, Kelly, I expect them. I think St Mirren, Hearts, Kelly, Dundee United and Motherwell, they'll all battle for 4th. Unless Philippe Clement sees the season out and then maybe one of them can pinch Rangers. And then, yeah, you get the top 2. Aberdeen and Celtic sit on 28 points each. If you were a Celtic man, Jambo boy, would you be bricking it for Aberdeen?
No. But I'd be treating them with respect.
Is it over? Is Rangers' title chances done? Like, officially, like 100%? Forget mathematics, is it over?
Well, I believe you said it was over in end of July?
Aye, midway through July.
Aye, so it's June. Fucking over, man. It was over when Rangers lost 3-0 to Celtic. That's when I think it was officially over.
So what's this then?
Oh, I mean, Rangers are just trying to...
Is this the confirmation in the post?
Rangers are just trying to finish third at this rate. That's all they're trying to do.
Not even second, no.
I mean, they could, but for Rangers to get second, I think Clement needs to go soon.
And there's no sign of that.
I feel like Rangers will fall further behind Aberdeen before they close the gap. So, yep.
Yeah. And I get, it all depends on Aberdeen, man. They could lose one game and crumble, but I don't think they will.
I do expect Rangers to close the gap in Aberdeen because I think that Clement will at some point be sacked. A new manager will come in and they'll get the new manager bounce and they'll put together a good run of results and Rangers will start getting closer to the top 2. Rangers might even finish closer to Celtic. Rangers might even finish closer than 9 points to Celtic, but it's not going to happen under Clement.
No, because
so it just depends on when they get rid of him.
When will that be, guys? Who knows?
But you know what? I'm surprised they haven't looked at the previous 2 seasons and went, right, got rid of Gio, Michael Beale came in, very impressive run, closed the gap. Got rid of Beale, Clement came in, very impressive run, closed the gap. In the end, the gap extended, but that's kind of because the results were so bad towards the final part of the season. I'm surprised they haven't looked at the last 2 years and went, hold on here. When we sacked the manager at this period, the new guy coming in has got us such an impressive run of results that if we do that again, we might still be in the title fight. Doesn't guarantee they're going to get that, but I mean the last 2 seasons would suggest that
seasons
that it's possible. But it's not going to be possible if they keep Clement in there any longer and he gets a couple more bad results and then 9 points turns into 12 or 13 or 14. He has to go now. He has to go now.
He does, but he's not going.
I think that Aberdeen game's a must win for him.
The earliest will be Monday, I think. But
I think the best case scenario for Rangers is that he loses against Motherwell, because then you get rid of him and you don't fall further behind in the league. Otherwise, it's going to take a bad league result to get rid of him, and then 9 points turns into.
You're right, because I don't think if he loses the League Cup final to Celtic, they'll sack him for that. Much as it.
For me, if you look at it from a Rangers perspective, the best case scenario is he loses to Motherwell, because then you're getting a new manager and you're not more than 9 points behind. Otherwise, if he beats Motherwell, for Clement to go, you're going to have to wait until he drops points again in the league, and then a new manager's coming in and he's even further than 9 behind. So, that's what I think. As for the rest of the league, Davy Gray, he's staying there for a couple more weeks, but he'll be gone. Mark my words, Davy Gray out by Christmas.
Out by Christmas, out the door. We'll be back for some more very soon. Till next time. Peace.